the mountains and trees turned into me. I have lived a lot of places in my life, but there are a few things that all of those places had in common. Mountains, trees, cows, and horses. Growing up in this setting was a very rural, natural, Western lifestyle. This lifestyle has caused me to have my own unique set of skills and values for life. My roots are made up of pine trees, steep mountains, wild cows, and rank horses. I have lived in Bear Valley, Oregon, beneath the Strawberry Mountains, Ola, Idaho, atop West Mountain, and Goodrich, Idaho, on Cuddy Mountain. All luscious and green in the summer, all frigid and barren in the winter. I love every one of these places. They were all similar but different at the same time. Goodrich was my favorite place. From the time I was 12 years old, my dad would always keep my horse at the house so I could go gather the other horses. Out the gate we went, my horse throwing his head, reluctant to go. Cross the creek and out of sight of the house. I start to run my horse full speed, just to feel that freedom that a horse running gives you. There's really nothing in the world like that feeling. Climbing the hill after that was tough. I swore it was a 90-degree climb with loose dirt all over it, but my horse knew the trail and zigzagged me right up the hill. Once at the top, we dropped down into the next draw. Walking along, I was on a mission, keeping my eyes and ears peeled for the horses. Coming around the bend of the draw where it meets the meadow, my horse lets out a loud whinny. Then I knew we had found them. Up ahead, in the thorn brush, I see a few tails swishing and a head come up. It was the horses, munching on grass. Cochise, our old gelding, sees me first and nickers to the others to let them know I was there. Once they all see me, they start to take off towards the corrals. They know what's happening. A rush of excitement fills my body, and we take off after them. Even running full speed after a herd of horses, my mind wasn't fully on the horses. In my head, I was a wild Indian on my paint war pony, gathering a Mustang herd. I pretended I was the boy from the Tonka Wacom movie. Once the horses and I reached the corrals, I was proud of myself. Although Goodrich was my favorite, I had a lot of good times elsewhere too. More importantly, I learned a lot of good things in those places. Things that would shape who I am today. I formed my values, gained my opinions, and set my morals. These places have turned me into the person I am today. I grew up in the mountains, so naturally I love rural, wild settings, but there's more to it than that. I respect anyone who provides for their family by working extremely hard to hunt game, raise livestock, or grow a garden against the elements. Even a gardener in Los Angeles believes that once you get in the garden, you realize that almost everything is possible. I adore how freeing it feels just to leave my house and not have service all day until I come home. I long to stand in the middle of nowhere because the air is just so fresh and clear to feel in my lungs. I envy anyone who rides a horse all day for a living and has a sore back all night from it. I think everyone in their life should grow their own plant, raise a cow, and ride a horse at least once. I believe everyone should stand at the top of a mountain and look over everything it sees. Fight a forest fire near your hometown. Feel your heart drop when your friend says they're getting deployed. Taste a wild huckleberry you picked yourself. See your calf dead that you nursed back to health and then a wolf killed it. And hear an elk bugle on a Saturday morning in the fall. All these are nostalgic symbols that represent my morals, opinions, and values. I now live in Fox Valley, Oregon, a seeming to never-end valley encapsulated by breathtaking mountains. According to the Oregon Historical Society Press, this region experiences warm, but not hot, and dry summers, with no average monthly temperatures above 71.6 degrees Fahrenheit. I love this place because it makes me feel at home. Everything I value in life is here. Wide open spaces in every direction, making me feel so freed. The smell of pine, fir, and sagebrush fills the air all around. Enough valley for my horses to run, and enough mountains for all the elk. All day birds chirp outside my window. I like to think they're calling me outside. Feeding cows in the deep snow in the winter and harvesting hay all summer. The work's never finished around here. I like being busy, though. Everyone around here is so kind. Everyone in the valley and surrounding it would help anyone at the drop of a penny. On the other hand, everyone has their own lives they tend to, instead of being so invested in other people's. The land is so honest here, allowing the needs of everyone in it to be fulfilled. Plenty of valley to farm, plenty of pasture to graze, and plenty of wildlife to hunt. It seems to be untouched by society and industrialization. It is truly God's country. Only touched enough by mankind to feel like home, the rest is run by God's creatures. I do not go a day without seeing a deer, elk, or antelope the way I think things should be. Something that I value is respect for creatures who lived here first and not taking the land for granted. This land that we get the privilege to live on is a gift, and we should treat it as such. We should respect the animals we share with, even when we kill them. We should thank them for their contribution. We should take care of the land by keeping it healthy. This place respects and contributes to all of these things. Mankind is present, but shares the land with the creatures that called this place home first. This little corner of the world is exactly where I want to be. It has everything that I need, want, and it upholds my morals and values, these things that I have gathered from places that I've lived in the past. These settings have morphed me. I am who I am because of where I've been. My opinion is what it is because of where I'm from. My morals are what they are because of how I was raised, and I value what I do because of my connections to these places. The mountains and trees turned into me.